Hey, shalom everybody. Welcome again to the channel. This is Yahweh Heals with your man, aka Trey, also known as Yeshai. So, as you know what we do here at First Tabernacle Fellowship, Sacramento, California, we let the people know about the Most High's covenant, or what the Most High calls his everlasting covenant. If you have not known or thought about it, what people call the Old Testament, the Most High doesn't call it the Old Testament. He calls it his covenant or his everlasting covenant. And that other side of the book, which some people call a New Testament, well, that is not a New Testament that the Most High calls a New Testament. So what we do is, right, we have to, just like anything, we have to bring up evidence to support the difference of what we are being told. So on one of the subjects that I got for y'all today is we're going to go on the birth of JC. And I'm going to go in two different situations that a person can perceive it. And guess what? Either way, the birth of JC is terrible and it doesn't make any sense. Let's check it out, and we're going to go to some places and read it yourself. So if you have your books, bust them open. We're going to start off right now, and we're going to start off in Luke chapter 1. Because in Luke chapter 1, it's going to give us some background on Mary, who is the mother of JC. Okay, so we're going to start off. We're going to go to Luke chapter 1, and I'm going to start in verse 5, and I'm going to go through verse 7. It says, "In those days, Herod, king of Yehuda, there was a Kohanim named Zechariah, who belonged to the Aviyah division. His wife was a descendant of Aharon." So if you're not familiar, Aharon is a Levite. So this is showing her bloodline. "And her name was Elisheva. Both of them were righteous before Yah, observing all the mitzvot, ordinances of Yah blamelessly, but they had no children. But Elisheva was barren, and they were both well along in years." Okay, so we're going to keep this in mind. And now we're going to go down to verse 26 in the same chapter to give you some more support of what's being said in here. And then it says, "In the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent by Yah to a city in Galilee called Nazareth, to a virgin engaged to a man named Joseph." Okay, so they're engaged, but he has not slept with her. "Of the house of David. The virgin name was Miriam," or what people would say, Mary. "Approaching her, the angel said, 'Shalom, favored lady, Yah is with you.' She was deeply troubled by his words and wondered what kind of greeting this might be. The angel said to her, 'Don't be afraid, Miriam, for you have found favor with Yah. Look, you will become pregnant. You will give birth to a son, and you are to name him Yeshua. He will be great. He will be called Son of Ha Elyon. Yah Elohim will give him the throne of his forefather David, and he will rule the house of Yaakov forever. There will be no end to his kingdom.' 'How can this be?' asked Miriam of the angel, 'since I am a virgin?' The angel answered, 'The Ruach Kodesh,'" not Joseph, "'the Ruach Kodesh will come over you. The power of Ha Elyon will cover you. Therefore, the set-apart child born to you will be called Son of Yah. You have a relative, Elisheva." Okay, now relative Elisheva, she's coming from Aharon. So we could see that Mary is connected to the tribe of Levites. And real quick, shout out to Kohanim Appleton for bringing this to our attention, because this is a beautiful and a powerful message of understanding their bloodlines. You have a relative, Elisheva, who is an old woman, and everyone says she is barren, but she will conceive a son, and is 6 months pregnant. For with Yah, nothing is impossible. Miriam said, I am a servant of Yah. May it happen to me as you said. Then the angel left her. Okay, so I wanted to establish that so we can clearly see that Mary relatives are Levites. That's her bloodline. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go to Matthew chapter 1 and 18, because now we're going to go and we're going to talk about the birth of this Yeshua. So if we go to Matthew chapter 1, verse 18, it says right here, here is how the birth of Yeshua, the Messiah, took place. When his mother Miriam was engaged to Joseph, okay, so she was engaged to Joseph, and it's saying before they were married, she was found to be pregnant by the Ruach Hodesh. Her husband to be, Joseph was a man who did what was right, so he made plans to break the engagement quietly, rather than to put her to shame. But while he was thinking about this, an angel of Yah appeared to him in a dream. A so-called angel of Yah appeared to him in a dream and said, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Miriam home with you as your wife. For what has been conceived in her is from the Ruach Kodesh. She will give birth to a son, and you are to name him Yeshua, which means Yah saves, because he will save his people from their sins. All this will happen in order to fulfill what Yah said through the prophets. The virgin will conceive and bear a son, and they will call him Emmanuel. First of all, that they're referencing in Isaiah doesn't even line up with what's going on, because in Isaiah they're talking about deliverance in their time, and it actually says a young woman is born unto us. But again, so if Mary is engaged to Joseph, but Joseph did not sleep with her, and she is pregnant by the Ruach Kodesh, then that would show that this child, one, his mother has the Levite bloodline, pregnant by the Ruach Kodesh. That means Joseph's bloodline is not in there, because he did not give birth to this child that's being born. So that child having a bloodline of David coming through Yehuda, that doesn't add up. Now let's say that the other alternative, let's say that, oh, okay, you believe that he did get her pregnant and that it wasn't the Ruach Kodesh that got her pregnant. You want to say that it's Joseph that got her pregnant. Okay, so now this wouldn't make any sense, because we're going to go to verse 18 again. It says, here's how the birth of Yeshua the Messiah took place. When his mother Miriam was engaged to Joseph before they were married, before they had their intercourse, she was found to be pregnant from the Ruach Kodesh. And remember, if Joseph is a righteous man, now you're going to see why Joseph responds the way he responded. Her husband to be, Joseph, was a man who did what was right. So he made plans to break the engagement quietly. Now, if you're going to go with that he did get her pregnant, why would Joseph get his woman pregnant and then plan to break the engagement quietly? That would make no sense at all. Some say that, oh, he broke up the marriage because she was pregnant and they didn't have a wedding ceremony. So he planned to break the engagement up. That still wouldn't make any sense, especially in a timeline where everybody in here is not keeping Torah perfectly. So why would he want to hide that he got his woman pregnant and try to break the marriage up. That would absolutely make no sense. And let's finish this. And it says right here, we'll finish it off. It says, the name means Yah is with us. When Yosef awoke, this is verse 24, yep. When Yosef awoke, he did what the angel of Yah had told him. He took Miriam home to be his wife, but he did not have sexual relations with her until she had given birth to a son and named him Yeshua. Again, this last part right here drives the point home. One, he did not have sex with her until after she gave birth. Mary, bloodline of Levi, pregnant by the, quote, Ruach Kodesh. There is no bloodline of David in there and with this child. So again, when y'all looking at this, this is another example of us showing you the difference between, again, Most High calls it his covenant, not an Old Testament, and this New Testament that the Most High never called a New Testament. This is another example of how this doesn't align. If you guys take your time, research the background of the New Testament, you'll find the Catholic Church, Constantine, Council of Nicaea 325 AD. But again, this is a short clip that I want to give y'all to let y'all know that the birth of Jesus makes no sense when you are trying to connect him with the bloodline of David. So I appreciate y'all for y'all time. I thank y'all. If y'all have any questions or any comments, put them in the chat and we will answer and respond to you. Shalom and love. This is your man, Trey, a.k.a. Yeshai. Peace and love to all my people around the world. Shalom.